Hello friends, welcome to Daring Barana YouTube channel. Today we will be discussing about CO2 flooding system. That means fixed firefighting system, their working components, maintenance and operating procedure. So CO2 flooding system or fixed firefighting system we will be discussing in detail about different scenario and all. Okay. Why carbon dioxide is used as extinguishing medium? Okay. Carbon dioxide, it has number of desirable properties. So let's see what are the properties of all. It is non-corrosive, non-damaging, they leave no residues after extinguishing fire, not conductive of electricity, so can be used in electrical fire. Since it is a gas, it can penetrate almost all hazardous areas. CO2 can be easily liquefied by compression and cooling. CO2 has density of about 50% greater than air. Okay. Why CO2 is used as extinguishing medium? So for that we need to understand the CO2 some desirable properties. They are non-corrosive, non-damaging, leaves no residues after extinguishing fire, not conductive of electricity, so can be used in electrical fire. Since it is a gas, it can penetrate almost in all hazardous area. CO2 can be easily liquefied by compression and cooling. CO2 has a density of about 50% greater than that of the air. It is a CO2 room. There we can see pressure relief valve, engine room, okay, fire control panel, pilot valves and all. Components in CO2 systems are: the control cabinet contains two pilot cylinder with two valves. One is for operating master valve and other is for extinguisher. Control cabinet, it contains two pilot cylinder with two valves. One is for operating master valve and other is for extinguisher. Control cabinet is connected to a limit switch. When you open the control cabinet, limit switch get activated and CO2 alarm will rise after 20 to 30 seconds, and as a result engine room blower will stop automatically. One cylinder is capable of operating master valve and CO2 cylinder. Second one acts as standby. Okay. Control cabinet means it contains two pilot cylinder with two valves. One is operating master valve and other is for extinguisher. Control cabinet is a door. It connected to a limit switch. When you open the control cabinet, limit switch get activated and CO2 alarm will raise after 20 to 30 seconds, and as a result engine room blower will stop automatically. One cylinder is capable of operating master valve and CO2 cylinder, and second one will act as standby. CO2 cylinder means CO2 cylinder, they are connected together to a common manifold. They can be operated remotely as well as manually. CO2 bottle contains liquid CO2 at a pressure of 56 bar at 22 degrees at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay, CO2 cylinder means CO2 cylinder are connected together to a common manifold. They can be operated remotely as well as manually. CO2 bottle contains liquid CO2 at a pressure of 56 bar at 20 degrees Celsius. Okay. Isolating valve or master valve. Isolating valve or master valve, it is a pressure operator valve system which is normally closed. Installed in the pipeline, it can be operated remotely and manually. Isolating valve or master valve, it is a pressure operator valve system which is normally closed, and we can say installed in the pipeline, it can be operated remotely and manually. Pressure relief valve, if CO2 cylinder tank in the manifold, there is a possibility of opening other cylinders by its stored pressure. So when the pressure increases above set point, the pressure relief valve is lifted and releases the pressure outside CO2 system. Pressure relief valve means if CO2 cylinder leaks into manifold, there is possibility of opening other cylinders by its stored pressure. So when the manifold pressure increases above set point, pressure relief valve is lifted and releases the pressure outside the CO2 system. Okay. Discharge nozzle means these are installed in the machinery space through which liquid CO2 gets gasified instantaneously, thereby causing the atmosphere in the space to become inert and smothering the fire. Discharge nozzle means these are installed in the machinery space through which liquid CO2 gets gasified instantaneously, thereby causing atmosphere in space to become inert and smothering the fire. Pressure gauge and air connection. There is a pressure gauge and air connection which will help you to do the pressure testing and line blowing. Pressure gauge and air connection means there is a pressure gauge and air connection. They will help you to do the pressure testing and line blowing. Operating procedure. Open control cabinet. They will use key provided in the key box. Alarm will rise automatically and blower will be stopped. Ensure that all personnel are evacuated and space is isolated by stopping of all vents, doors, blower, etc. Shut down the machines and fuel supply. Open pilot valve, cylinder valve. Okay. Operating procedure means open control cabinet using key provided in the key box. Open control cabinet using the key provided in the key box. Alarm will raise automatically and blower will be stopped. Ensure that all personnel are evacuated and space is isolated by stopping of all vents, doors, blower, etc. We have to ensure that all persons are evacuated and space is isolated by stopping of all vents, doors and blower, etc. Shut down machines and fuel supply. Open pilot valve, cylinder valve, etc. Open the valve for main manifold valve. Make sure main valve is open. If not, manually open the valve. Open pilot valve for extinguisher cylinder. If it is not opening, we can open it manually. Now CO2 gas will discharge. Open valve for main manifold valve. Make sure that main valve is open. If not, manually open the valve. Open the pilot valve of extinguisher cylinder. If it is not open, open it manually. Now CO2 gas will discharge. Maintenance in the CO2 system. Once in every month, inspect for piping and equipment for mechanical breakage. We have to make sure that nothing has been placed to interfere the normal operation system. Operate the valve several times and make certain that it does not stick. Maintenance in the CO2 system are: once in every month, inspect for piping and equipment for mechanical breakage. Make sure that nothing has been placed to interfere normal operation system. Operate the valve several times and make certain that it does not stick. Once in every year, cylinder should be weighed to determine the CO2 content. If net weight is decreased by 10%, then cylinder should be recharged. Once in every year, cylinder should be weighed to determine CO2 content. If the net weight decreased by 10% of the actual weight, the cylinder should be recharged. Once in every 2 years, blow through all piping with air or CO2 to make sure that lane is not blocked. Once in every 2 years, we had to blow through all piping with air or CO2 to make sure that lane is not blocked. SOLAS requirement for fixed CO2 system and CO2 bottle. So let's discuss about the what are SOLAS requirement for fixed CO2 system and CO2 bottle. SOLAS requirement for fixed CO2 system and CO2 bottle. Carbon dioxide fixed firefighting system. Carbon dioxide fixed firefighting system. Their requirements are: should have two separate release control. They should have two separate release control. 50% should be discharged within 1 minute and 85% within 22 minutes. Okay. They should have two separate release control. 50% should be discharged within 1 minute and 85% within 2 minutes. Capacity means in cargo space 30% of gross volume, engine room 40% of gross volume. Permanent piping should be there up to the bilge and tank top. Okay. That means carbon dioxide fixed firefighting extinguisher. The requirement means should have two separate release control. 50% should be discharged within 1 minute and 85% should be discharged within 22 minutes. Within 2 minutes. Or capacity means in cargo space 30% of gross volume, and in engine room 40% of gross volume. Permanent piping should be there up to the bilge and tank top. Distribution manifold and piping tested to 122 bar. Distribution piping should be more than 19 mm in diameter. Pipes to cargo space not to bypass through engine room unless all pipes are tested to 122 bar. They should have an alarm when it operates. They will automatically trip the blower and make alarm when it operates. Safeguard against unauthorized usage. The CU pipes and high flexible pipes allow between cylinder outlet valve and manifold. Okay. Distribution manifold and piping tested to 122 bar. Distribution piping should have more than 90 mm diameter. Pipes to cargo space not to pass through engine room unless all pipes are tested to 122 bar. They should have an alarm when it operates. Automatically trip the blower and make alarm when it operates. Safeguard against unauthorized usage. CU pipes and high flexible pipes allowed between cylinder outlet valves and manifold. Requirements of CO2 bottle. They should be recharged if there is 5% loss. Secured against movement and vibration. All bottles labeled with 52 bar. Have bursting disk at 63 degrees Celsius and 177 to 193 bar. Hydraulic tested to 228 bar. CO2 bottle room temperature should be less than 55 degrees Celsius. Requirements of CO2 bottle means recharge if 5% loss, secured against movement and vibration. All bottle labeled with 52 bar. They have bursting disk at 63 degrees Celsius and about 177 to 193 bar. Hydraulically tested to 228 bar. CO2 bottle room temperature should be less than 55 degrees Celsius. So what are the safety devices on CO2 flooding and CO2 room? So what are the safety devices in the CO2 flooding system and CO2 room? Okay. Safety device on CO2 flooding systems are: relief valve will be there at the manifold, master valve with the alarm switch, stop valve and pull handle are in the lock release cabinet and alarm switch. Safety bushing disc at each CO2 bottle. Leakage detecting, pressure switch on manifold. Non-return discharge valve after CO2 release. The safety devices CO2 flow systems are relief valve at manifold, master valve with alarm switch, stop valve and pull handle are the lock release cabinet at alarm switch, safety bushing disc at each bottle, leakage detecting pressure switch on manifold, non-return discharge valve after CO2 bottle. What are CO2 room safety arrangement? Okay. Exhaust fan and suction duct. Suction from the bottom of CO2 room. We know that exhaust fan and suction duct. Suction from the bottom of CO2 room. Relief valve. If a CO2 cylinder leaks into manifold, there is possibility of opening other cylinders by its stored pressure. So when the manifold pressure increases above set point, pressure relief valve is lifted and reduces the pressure outside the CO2 room. Relief valve means if the CO2 cylinder leaks into manifold, there is possibility of opening other cylinder by its stored pressure. So when the manifold pressure increases above set point, the pressure relief valve will lifted and reduces the pressure outside the CO2 room. Check valve, bursting disc, pressure gauge and pressure alarm in the manifold. These are the safety devices also. Check valve, bursting disc, pressure gauge and pressure alarm in the manifold also. So what are the general inspections carried out in fixed CO2 fire extinguisher room? So general inspections that are carried out in fixed CO2 fire extinguisher room. Check for any loose item. Check exhaust fan and ventilation whether it is proper. Check all emergency lights and all other lights. Check all bottles overall condition. Check operating wire condition. So means check for any loose item. Check exhaust fan and ventilation. Check emergency lights and all lights in the ship. Check all bottles overall condition. Check operating wire condition. Then check CO2 alarm. CO2 room key should be in position. Check the operating instruction. We can check the CO2 alarm and CO2 room key should be in position and check the operating instruction. So let's discuss about what are the maintenance on CO2 fixed firefighting system. The maintenance that can be seen on CO2 fixed firefighting system. Things you should know before maintenance are: we should inform the bridge before going inside the CO2 room. We should inform the bridge before we go into a CO2 room. Start ventilation blower first and the room should be ventilated for some time. Before entering the room, we have to start the ventilation blower and room should be ventilated for some time. Go with a person with proper communication equipment. Go with a person with proper communication equipment. Okay, maintenance of CO2 room is inform the bridge before going inside the CO2 room. Start ventilation blower first. The room should be ventilated for some time. Go with person with proper communication equipment. Weekly means check all cylinders are properly secured. Make sure that nothing has been placed to interfere with the normal operation system. Check all operating lever and their accessories are properly tight. Check a clamping, check a valve actuator. Okay, weekly means check all cylinders are properly secured. Make sure that nothing has been placed to interfere with the normal operational system. Check all operating levers and the accessories are properly tight. Check a clamping, check a valve actuator. Once in a month means all the weekly checks. Inspect for piping, aid equipment for mechanical breakage. Operate valve several times and make certain that it does not stick. Open cabinet door and check alarm, ventilation cut for working. Once in a month means all the weekly checks. Inspect for piping, equipment and mechanical breakage. Operate valve several times and make certain that it does not stick. Open the cabinet door and check alarm and ventilation cut off working. Once in every year, all the monthly checks. Cylinder should be weighed to determine CO2 content. If the net weight is decreased by 10% of the actual weight of cylinder should be recharged. Once in every month means all the monthly checks. Cylinder should be weighed to determine CO2 content. If the net weight is decreased by 10% of the actual weight, then cylinder should be recharged. Once in every 2 years, all the checks in every yearly. Blow through all piping with service air at 25 bar pressure of CO2 to make sure that line is not blocked. Once in every 2 years, we have to check that blow through the piping with service air at 25 bar pressure or CO2 to make sure that line is not blocked. Once in every 5 years, you have to check all the above check and you have to add spring loader relief valve pressure test at 180 bar. 10-year inspection means cylinder pressure test at 250 bar and after the first 10-year cylinder to be tested every 5 years. Okay, cylinder pressure test should be done at 250 bar and after the first 10-year cylinder to be tested every 5 years. 15-yearly means pressure testing of the line by suitable liquid. So here means pressure testing of the line by suitable liquid means cylinder to master valve at 170 bar, master valve to engine room or cargo hold valve at 80 bar, engine room or cargo hold to nozzle at 6 to 7 bar. Okay, pressure testing of lane means 15-year inspection. We can say cylinder to master valve is 170 bar, master valve to engine room or cargo hold valve at 80 bar, and engine room or cargo hold to nozzle means 6 to 7 bar. These are the kind of maintenance that we need to do. Thank you.